going to, but they have to believe it.
Yeah, but to me, it's like you go into this series, and it almost feels like it's an inverse of one another. Where Gaimin Gladiators a little bit ago were contending to be like a global threat. Yeah. Now they're contending to go back to tier 2. I mean, that's pretty much it. Guns, on the other hand, they just won a CCT. They're playing with a hot hands. They 3-1 their way through the group, albeit there is an asterisk on that in the fact that beyond eyeballers, there's not a ton of notoriety in the teams that they beat, and the one they lost to was, you know, iffy, right? But beyond that, the momentum is what makes and breaks favoritism in this series. Gaimin Gladiators, they're, as you said, in a slump. Guns, they are playing with a streak. There's a lot going into this for Guns that makes them feel like they're ready to take another CCT. And as we shift into Dust 2, we'll see if that's the fire that goes straight into the map, or if Gaimin Gladiators have more to show.
Well, one thing I also wanted to mention quickly is that, you know, they were a major team. They made it to the last major. And, well, they did bow out, you know, 12th, 14th place. That's still very impressive, considering you still had to go through the eliminate, or not, the opening stage, rather. So, coming down from a major playing team to, you know, us saying that, I don't know if they're going to win against Guns.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
But that's the thing with this roster is they do have that ability. We just need to see a little bit more of it as of late. It feels like they are in a tad bit of a slump, which I think is fair to say. I think they'll probably agree. But it's just slowly creeping their way up to be that team that we know they can be. Winning Series 5 would be such a statement, but they're not going to be winning this pistol, as Finnegan will find that final kill. Obviously kicking things off in this series on Dust the way that we ended the last series, and what an entertaining final map that was of this one. Hopefully we can have a similar storyline here.
Yeah, it could look very, very interesting if we have some kind of a same performance, but just looking on, you know, what happened to Gaimin Gladiators, and as you mentioned, right, they did win against Gamer Legion on this exact map, but did have some harsh losses against the Mongols as well. They lost 13-2. Then again, it's the Mongols compared to Guns. I'm not trying to throw any shade the way of Guns. It's just they're not at the same level, right? So,
I mean, I don't think many teams are right now in comparison to the Mongols. They're looking incredible.
Oh, yeah. They're looking very, very hot. But in this one, Gaimin Gladiators, they will just fully eco it out, push long, get themselves a couple of kills, and it's an awkward duel. Maybe Kragan. Maybe a headshot on too easy. No, it will be near to. And then in favor of Guns, so second round secured, albeit they do lose a couple of players. So there's some damage dealt there by Gaimin Gladiators. The full buy will come out. And I just think it's kind of similar with the previous game where Big, you couldn't really rely on all of their win rates because those win rates were made on higher tiered teams. And for Gaimin Gladiators, I think it's the same 29% win rate, but sure, they lost to Lin Vision, they lost to the Mongols, they lost to Ents. Can't really blame them. They lost to 5W though, it's a mix, and that's not good. That you can actually base it on that, because they lost 13-7 to a mix with Thomas, Red Star, Harn, Joel, and Prime Taps. Not saying they're bad players, it's just, you know, it's a mix. 4-on-2 at this point as Gaimin Gladiators. They find 3 kills, and they're looking to secure their first round here on Dust 2.
Yeah, good way to kick things off on their full bite. First round, they've probably got these weapons in play, and they are showing off what they can do. Not loads of util remaining, so ideally for the CT side, they're not going to allow this bomb to go down, because retake could be a bit difficult with how little util they do actually have. But players are pushing to the side. Queenix finds the first flashbangs. Excellent. Easy will get himself tucked towards Gandalf. Does still spot out Easy. Queenix just not able to really get a clean shot on him. Until now, where he will take him down. So, pretty clean first round as well. Only losing Kraken. They're certainly going to take that money. Going to be starting to build up early. No bomb plant. You can see instantly Guns forced onto this full investment with what little they do have to buy.
Do you think, CMD, this is going to be way more competitive than the previous best of 3? Because that's the feeling I'm getting.
See, it's interesting you say that. I mean, I do think it is. In terms of the scorelines, 100%. I do actually think, though, if Gaimin Gladiators can pick up dust, I probably would... I don't think it's unfair to say. I think they probably take it 2-0. I said it in the first series that we got to cast, that I do think it's going to be some very competitive games. Didn't really happen on map number 1 and 2, but I do actually think this one, at least the first 2, even if it's a 2-0, I do think these are going to be very competitive ones, and I'm hoping it is, because we got to see probably one of the most interesting best of 3s we've probably cast in a while. Maybe we can be brought back to a bit more normality in this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping as well. You know, competitive games are the ones that are the most fun, although that Ancient that was 13-0, it was fairly interesting as well. It was a lot of action there, but
yeah, we didn't really call it early. We didn't really even talk about the 13-0. I think we were too reserved to say that. We didn't want to do the caster's curse.
Oh, wait, this can actually turn ugly for Gaimin Gladiators. They lose control over the B site, and they have no one coming in through tunnels. That's confirmed by the position of Finnegan. And Gaimin Gladiators, well, Kragan is miles away. Nodius is way too close for where Kragan is. I don't know what the plan is exactly here for Gaimin Gladiators, but I don't think the round is going to go in their favor. So it will be Guns stealing away a round here with what was basically a force fight. Nodius with a kill on this yellow, but well, he's able to get one more. There we go, some more damage. That's always important. But it will be Guns securing the third. And since I first saw this roster of Guns, the name that first rung a bell for me, even though it's weird, but it was Finnegan, because I remember seeing him play on a team like 4 years ago. I think he played even more than that.
Yeah,
he played on
Espada a while ago, yeah.
That's when I remembered him from, even though, you know, he was playing also in Avantgarde in K23. Although I do think it's when K23 were not doing all that well. It wasn't the old roster. Yeah, it wasn't the old roster with what's his name? Player that went to EG and then came back from Kazakhstan.
Came back from Kazakhstan. A Kazakhstan player?
Yeah. He went to play for EG. For some reason, I cannot remember.
You're making me question myself now.
I'll try to find it out. But that's when K23 wasn't doing well.
Nealon, you mean?
Nealon, there we go. When Nealon was in K23, they were doing really well. They were looking very strong. But then after, just they didn't really find the same form. Anyway, he's not present. That team's not present. It's the Gaimin Gladiators present with Potty playing the first kill onto Finnegan.
I mean, Nealon is looking very hot on 1-1. Got to see him not long ago in Series 3 of CCT. 1-1 looked very, very impressive there. 3rd to 4th finish, pretty solid placement, but yeah, no Nealon in this server just yet. But GUN5 do lose that early kill. A lot of damage dealt to Tanier as well. You can see Util is pretty weak for both sides. Gaimin Gladiators are using a lot of theirs early. They've got a lot of good weapons in play. Still a very solid chance to take this round, and this is going to be a huge kill, but Celta comes out on top, taking down Salazar.
Well, Gaimin Gladiators, they still have control over long. That's where Kragan is waiting. And they are taking their time here. Oh, Kragan goes down. So now, Gaimin Gladiators, it does seem like instantly after they lose Kragan, they just back away and try to save the weapons. I think he was the key man in this round. And as he lost that duel, they realize, well, it'll be way too hard to retake this, so we'll just back away. Even though they do kind of the same thing, Nodius is once again very close to where the remainder players of Guns are. And he does get one more kill, does deal some more damage for sure. Guns, their economy will be kept on the lower side with those two players that has reinvest. But I think it's still way too risky for Nodius to hang around. We saw that in the previous round as well. And you can lose a lot of money because of one player going down, right? You can lose potential another buy, things like that. Of course, the loss bonus doesn't seem to be enough for Gaimin Gladiators, so
yeah, I mean, you've got to think it could be around 5k you lose just from losing one player, and that is a lot of cash to actually fully just disappear for very little. I was questioning, are we seeing nobody else go for these kills like we saw in the previous round as well? Because that's Gaimin Gladiators wanting to force and instantly reset guns, but we can see no actual investment is coming out around these weapons saved. It is just going to be, I mean, you can see Salazar invested in very little, Kraken just a pistol and armor, but not a proper investment, not a full investment. So they are just going to be reserved. So yeah, it feels like maybe he is just doing it to try to weaken their economy slightly.
Oh, well, it could be the case, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
83 damage HE grenade there. Queen Export down to 7 HP alongside his teammate Odious Fools. And this feels like it's only going to go one way now, unless Patty can't make monumental strides with this M4. Good positioning. Sports out the first, not the instant kill. Gonna have to back away, but won't be allowed to. Tanir takes the fight to him. Kraken with the pistol will get one, but these other two players, I think even if they tried to save, if there's any sort of a hunt, they're probably going to get taken down. You can see Celta is looking for it.
And you have 14 HP combined. If Salazar throws the nade the wrong way, they're both gone. So, yeah, it's... Well, thankfully, guns are not going to be hunting right now because they don't really have the resources for it. Another player I really wanted to mention here, from the side of guns, of course, is Celter, right? Because he's an ex-Aurora player. He also played for Forze for about 2 months. Although he, well, basically started playing on HLTV at least from towards the end of 2019 with SG Pro, Singularity, Tag, but I think he's best known for his stint onto Aurora, who was a prominent member of the CCT circuit. We always saw them. I think they even won, I don't remember if 2, but I know they won at least 1 CCT series. All the way back when they all had different colored hair, but I'm pretty sure that changed now. I think he's back to he's normal color.
Yeah, natural hair color. He's believed that's the way. But yeah, Soldiers actually improved quite a bit in the last few months. He was a player who was having a very little impact on the roster, but yeah, he looked much sharper now. A lot more solid. Sorry, not just on the roster, in general. He's looked a lot better since joining Guns. Yeah. And I've been a lot more impressed with him as of late. He's had some very big moments and can be the difference maker for Guns. But it's another round that we're just seeing Gaimin Gladiators have to go for this save. Guns are looking really sharp. We finally do get to see the AWP on Salazar, but nothing being done with it. 6-1 scoreline. Obviously, early doors can slightly T-sided. Sorry, but from the get-go, as their map pick, this is a great start.
For sure, yeah. Gun's just a statement here, and Gaimin Gladiators, they keep on saving whenever they feel threatened, whenever they feel they don't have control over the round. And well, to be completely honest, they don't really have a lot of control over the round. In any of those rounds, to be honest, apart from the one that they won. Since we're just making cases for players here, also quickly want to mention Easy, an ex-Aurora Youngblood player, and that was when he started playing on HLTV, at least. Started on with Aurora Youngblood. This is his second team, and well, being an AWPer for Guns in the form that they're right now, I think it's a pretty good sign for him. I think he's on the rise as well. Easy. Talking about him, he takes down Nodius, opening up the round in favor of Guns. A thing that has been constantly happening. You know, Gaimin Gladiators not really finding the opening kills, and that's what basically pulls them back into a save.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the biggest issue. It's not even just the fact that they're not finding the opening kills, it's the fact that they always are the opening kills. At least you can say you sort of play a little bit more passively, even if you lose the first kill, but get that trade straight away. That's not really that big an issue. But it's the fact that they always seemingly lose this kill and then gets even worse. But this is much better. Bring the kill and man advantage back in their favor. 2 players towards long. We do have Queenix isolated towards B, but it looks like we're going to see a bit of a 1-1 split from the T's to try to crunch on this. You can see the CTs as well are reasonably untradeable.
Well, the thing is, Sal's are holding down the angle towards the A side, but that's where Easy's coming in with the op from. In the meantime, Selter could start to try and get their attention here, right? Try and make it easier for, well, Easy. But Salazar's in pit. Oh, never mind. He's gone. Now Kragan has to stay alive, but Easy doesn't get a shot off. That is a huge kill out of Kragan. That actually secures the round, basically. If he goes down there, it's a 2-on-1. They can just make their way back into the A side. Sure, Queenix would have been very fast into short, but he would have been into a 1-on-2, and I'm sure that Selter would have been the first one to peek, and then Easy with the op to try and trade out. Doesn't happen. It's the kill for Kragan, and it is Gaimin Gladiators to secure a second round here. As we were saying, right, they are giving away quite a lot of opening kills, but the fact that they were able right now to answer back, even though they were at a disadvantage, just proves to me that Gaimin Gladiators, you know, they start adapting to the situations. Sure, guns on the initial duels, they do better in most of the rounds, but that doesn't mean that the round is already over. You can still fight your way through, and Gaimin Gladiators just proved that. Now, guns are still able to buy up here. Their economy was, of course, built up over a number of rounds here, and they do send 3 players straight away into B tunnels.
Yeah, looking for a bit of an early fight. Nodios is here towards lower. Has some support from Patty towards short. Nades coming in onto Finnegan's, really dunking him down low. And this could really catch them off to Nodios' positioning. First, let's get found. Salazar finds another. Nodios able to double up so low here and will eventually get found. Selter desperately trying to find another kill back to make this one possible, but a 4-on-2 early doors here.
Yeah, not really a lot of hope. Near. He has all the disadvantage in the world on that pick. If he pushes through the double doors, his shadow will be spotted first by Kragan. Takes a different approach, tries to join his teammate, and it do seem like they still want to try this round. I mean, if they take out Potty very close, very early on, and they get the bomb planted, there is still a chance in this round. We do have a molly potentially to flush him out, but there's a lot of positions that you would use the molly for. Ooh, round boost. Well, really go a long way. Yeah, there we go, the molly for the ramp. So Kragan starts rotating back to the site. They're gonna check the left side. Near, nice shot. Selter. You should expect Kragan to be towards long, but I don't know if he expects him this close. Selter gets himself closer to short, but now there's a bigger problem. There's a couple of players coming in from short, and he is taken out quite quickly. So Gaimin Gladiators, slowly but surely working their way back into this one, as Queenix tries to get the defuse kit towards his teammate, but that defuse kit is awfully heavy, it seems like.
Yeah, maybe got a few more things in there than just the defuse kit. But I mean, 6-3. Maybe a few sandwiches here. Maybe a couple of bricks, a few sandwiches. Something just weighing that down.
Yeah.
But I mean, we still have a buyout just about for guns. You can see they don't have a lot of cash in the reserve after this. So this round really is Gaimin Gladiators' chance to bounce back and get this scoreline as close to being even as possible. Which would be a really brilliant response for them after being, what, 6-1 down? Double B setup right now for Gaimin Gladiators. Celta's looking to try to find something. Had his opportunity, has been spotted though in Queenix. Doesn't look like he's remotely interested in giving that a 1v1 duel.
Well, I mean, they do go in through short. It might be pretty hard to go through Salazar. I think the thing that Guns confirmed at this point is that Kragan is a forever presence towards long doors. He is always there and he's always been there. But what can they do with that information? They do throw the smoke in mid, potentially peek towards Salazar, but he's not fooled by that. He has Patty down towards CT spawn. Good nade out of Patty to deal some early damage. Another nade ready. Oh, and that's even heavier. Salazar, good shot on the Cielo to start things off. Guns desperately looking for an answer here, but it's just so complicated to get through Salazar as he gets a second, and he's looking for a third. Not connecting just yet, flashed over, and that molly will delay him a little bit. Tenier would have shown to Patty, but Nodius comes in with an answer. So the bomb could be planted here, and it will be by Selter. Salazar still not peeking out. Oh, easy! Turns around at the wrong time, and Selter jumps into CT only to find his demise at the hands of Nodius Gaimin Gladiators. I really like their adjustment. It's just, it looked a little hopeless, right? As we were going on through the first rounds, it looked like Guns got this in the bag, absolutely no problem. But Gaimin Gladiators, they just needed a few rounds to understand how to deny Guns any more rounds.
Yeah, I mean, we actually got to see in a few of the player camps, especially Salazar's sort of smiles and laughs and things like that coming out. I always think that's one of the scariest things to come up against, is when a team's enjoying the game. That's a bit scary. Because you know they're going to be confident to go for these swings, and you know these players are going to be good enough to make these swings work. Brilliant round in general. We saw a bit of a delay, a bit of hesitation from Guns to actually push towards short. We saw Finnegan entry, and then probably about a 5-6 second delay before anyone else went on out. And by that point, there was no more flashes remaining. Salazar had a free firing range towards short, found 2 kills, able to reposition. And by that point, even if the bomb goes down, Guns are in a really tough spot.
Salazar, he was waiting for that peek behind the smoke. Nothing gonna be found though. Cielo, first one to be eliminated, but Tenier comes in with a couple of kills actually. B side overtaken by the Take 9 at Tenier. Of course, he upgrades to an AK. They do have Selter in mid trying to cut off the rotations. This is a very aggressive play, but I like it because there's gonna be the attention taken away by Selter. And it's Salazar all alone. USP running away. 11 HP for the Opper out of Gaimin Gladiators. And nothing he can actually do, really, apart from saving. So Guns finding a breach and the defense of Gaimin Gladiators, overpowering that B-side defense. Salazar is very close.
Yeah, needs to be careful.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think we've been conditioned by maps like Ancient and Inferno to think you gotta be on like the A bomb site to not die. I think they've called us. I know you can survive on the bomb site of B and sort of in that tunnel's entrance, but I didn't realize you're literally taking no damage. I mean, I suppose that's why he's pro and we're casting him.
Yeah, we're just constantly thinking, as you said, about Inferno and Ancient, and sometimes we do get scared a little bit, but I'm sure they all know where to stand and how much HP they need. Although, look at Cielo. By himself, pushing through short, no util throw, nothing. He's just popping heads, getting himself a double kill already. Easy will fall, but Cielo able to find a third. And all of a sudden, Kraken, the A-long defender, he's all alone in a 1-on-3. Now, Guns They'll realize it. Just take the bomb to B. No problem. Finnegan already pushed through double doors, so he could be the one to cut off the rotation from Kraken if he comes towards the B site. Although, once again, the B retake very complicated, especially with not having the player advantage, and it will be near to find a headshot onto Kraken. And Guns, they do answer back for a little bit here. It looked like... So we started things off with Guns looking very one-sided, then Gaimin Gladiators started answering back, but not for long, as Guns are able to secure 8 rounds here on the TE side. As they swap sides, we'll see if the CT side will go just as well, or if Gaimin Gladiators have got something to say here on TE side.
Yeah, it kind of felt like those final few rounds, Gaimin Gladiators just said, okay, we're playing too organized here for Gaimin Gladiators. Let's throw some random plays in. Let's throw the playbook out the window. Let's have someone running up short and getting a couple of kills. And you can see Gaimin Gladiators just not ready for that at all. I mean, obviously, shots excellent, but completely splits their defense and allows the Guns guys to spot little gaps and avenues that they can try to punish and counter. That's exactly what they did. It's just a very random round. A very individual call and read. But ends up working out for them. And interestingly enough, Gaimin Gladiators, their CT side on Dust is actually their best side.
Ooh, well, they are able to find the opening kill here. So maybe they're just as good at the T side as well. As they take fully control of the site. Late smoke into short. Throw all the way from long. That's going to hinder the push in that position. They still have a teammate down in CT. But it's not the best position to retake from, to be honest. Finnegan eliminates Nodius over the smoke, so they can actually start pushing easy with one of the Salazar. And they're losing players fast here, Gaimin Gladiators. Finnegan will take a different approach now to help out his teammate, but they start falling like flies as Patty, Kraken, and Quinix shut down the push. Even though it started to look a little scary there for Gaimin Gladiators. Maybe losing control of what was their full A site. But the headshots do ring through. And that pistol round should get them a little closer to Guns. It is a technical pause called in here. Hopefully nothing too serious, as everyone is still in the server. Although not necessarily moving on the side of the Gaimin Gladiators. But maybe they're just, you know, waiting for things to be sorted out. Maybe it's just a mouse issue or a headset issue, something like that.
I feel like it's normally a TeamSpeak issue. I feel like that's the most common one. I feel like there's a lot of those.
Yeah. Sometimes it is, you know, TeamSpeak. Well, I don't want to say the counterpart, because usually it doesn't have any issues, but this is... I wanted to say, Selter is counting money right now, so he's chilling.
Yeah, he's sort of just flexing on us.
Okay, Selter.
Yeah, while inspecting his $1.5 grand knife. I mean, fair enough, Selter. You know, whatever you need to do mid-game. Maybe that's how he calms down. Checks his bank balance.
Well, that's one way to do it. You know how people just shuffle poker chips? Like, people are actually able to do it. I cannot do it, but like they just shuffle with one hand, right? And they enjoy the sound that it makes and the motion. Maybe that's what Salter's enjoy when it comes down to, but just banknotes, basically.
Oh, incredible. Incredible day of CS, really.
Anymore.
Absolutely love this. But we do have the buy out, not from GUN5 or Guns. It is a complete full eco from them. Gaimin Gladiators, a reasonably solid buy. You've got the Scout Salazar, the rest of the team do have rifles. Nodios might not be ready for how many players towards long.
Oh. He's not going to check the angle. Oh, he goes down to Finnegan. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be danger for the side of Gaimin Gladiators, but the fact that they're able to take down at least one player is still good, considering it's a full eco, and that's the only player they will take, because they all go down. I was thinking, Selter maybe, you know, get some of that cash and stick it into the C. Well, If I continue with this, everyone will know I'm old, so I will stop. I wanted to say stick some money into the CD-ROM, or the CD reader, but no one has one anymore. Neither do I, because it's 2024. But you know,
I felt like you've got like a full portable one next to you, like a DVD player or something, just next to you, with your monitor with like the huge back still.
I do still have one in my house, but oh, guns. The defense is more impressive than my CRT monitor as they take down 3 and they're looking for more. Cielo. Oh, he should be able to find the last one as well. Queen X, last one standing, does get a quick headshot to Finnegan, but it is easy to trade out. And it's guns to secure a bar round. Now I feel old.
Oh, I feel old every day. Yeah, I know that feeling. Playing this game, knowing that the 10-year service coin's right around the corner.
Oh, I got mine already.
Oh, I'm not far off. I'm not far off mine. But I mean, 9-6. Guns definitely looking sharp here, and Salazar being forced onto that scout once again. This could really be a bit of a desperate attempt here from Gaimin Gladiators. They really need to win this one. They lose this, there's a good chance we find 11, and Guns aren't far off taking this to near. Flashbang out, does get his gun out in time, but doesn't really matter as the Danes find the kills. They can just leave long now. They can leave a player towards pit, that being Salazar with his scout. Just show off that presence as they've got that 2-man advantage early doors.
I love how they expected someone to sink through the smoke because of the flash detonator through Cielo. Nice double. Oh, but it's hard to take down the scout inside pit. It's Salazar to find a kill, and it's all down to Selter. 1 on 3. The bomb is towards long, though. And if he takes down the B flanker, maybe there's still a chance. Queenix is going to have this one-on-one duel against Selter. He seems pretty focused onto this one. There we go. And they haven't really passed by yet, so they do have the smokes required. There is a big gap here. Selter. Oh, he is very close. Salazar will hang around car, though, so this should be an easy kill. There we go. As he swings out through the smoke, Salazar gets the kill. And it is Gaimin Gladiators. Get another round on the board. It is the 7th one, to be precise. Way more competitive from the get-go, compared to what we saw in the previous Dust 2. I do have one quick question for your CMD to determine how old you are. Do you know what a floppy disk is?
I do know what a floppy disk is. I don't think myself or my family have ever... Well, my family probably have owned one, but I don't think I've ever owned one.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen one in the past, like, 15 years, but... I don't have a floppy disk in my PC.
See, I do know what... I'd be surprised if you did. I mean, I know what they are. A bit before my time, I'd say.
Oh,
a little bit before.
Used some, so yeah, I'm okay. I'm all okay. I get it. I'm the old one here. It's okay.
I think we had. I want to say we had VHSs for like a year that I can remember before moving on to DVDs.
Oh, I actually didn't. I had a VHS tape with something, but I don't think I had a player ever.
Interesting. Just the tapes.
Yeah, a single tape. Don't know what's on it, and probably will never find out. But Dragon finds Selter, so he finds out his position, takes him down, opens up the round for Gaimin Gladiators, as this one is just an eco out of guns, and they're careful around the deagles. It should be an easy round here for Gaimin Gladiators.
Yes, good looking stuff here from the Danish side, bringing this game a lot closer, closing up the scoreline, closing up the gap. And already we are seeing quite a competitive Dust. Notice does need to be careful. No point in just losing a player for nothing. There's not too much invested into this round. There are a couple of pistols, and the T's are going to be going into the crunch. The 5.7's so dangerous at these close range. Patty will find the kill. And it's It's only this one deagle remaining that feels like any damage is going to be caused by it.
Well, Cielo gets himself into a pretty good position. He could actually surprise, unless the smoke goes away and they just check this angle. Although the Deagle would not be the best pistol to use here. And there we go. Nodius finds the headshot onto Cielo. Easy. USP all alone. Up against 4 players. Upgrades to an AK though. It's close to landing the headshot there onto Queenex. The Gaimin Gladiators hit themselves very close to tying up this game against Guns towards, as we move towards actually the latter stages of the first map. Are Guns able to maintain their lead here, or will they be tied up by Gaimin Gladiators and forced back into what can I only assume another eco? Another tech pause called in though. Some issue. Some outside the server issue. Although I do hear some typing, so it might not be too long of an issue. There we go. We're back in the game. The timer is counting down. And Gaimin Gladiators are looking to tie up this game.
I'm not sure if there's a weapon down for Salazar or something, or he's just taking his time and buying this AK. It's been a little while since we've seen him on the AWP, and yep, there was one dropped. But he is going to be back on it. I was wondering how the finances are looking for Gaimin Gladiators in case they would need to reinvest in one. Queenix maybe selling some stuff, but no, still got the AWP alive. But Easy's had a bit of a tough time here. Easy's a player that, I mean, can really take hold of the game. Can't really have a stranglehold, really, but often you do see him in these games for Guns be one of the more quiet players. And that's something that he is going to step up here. It's a good looking long push. Salazar with a missed orb shot is so caught out. Back and forth trades keep things as a 3-on-3. Easy behind the Molotov, not going for the repeat, so we'll just remain this 3-on-3. But look who's pushing up towards short. Kragan thinks better of it, and we'll wait for his team.
Ooh, Easy actually went off the angle. Cielo does take down Queenex, but it is quickly traded out by Kragan. Missed flick by Easy and Patty. He was paying attention for a potential flank. Finds it, deals with it.
And look at the bomb.
Easy swapped to M4, and the bomb is miles away, but Kragan, he's just trying to buy time for his teammate. Although if he goes down, that one-on-one could be scary for Patty. It is an awkward duel between the two here. Kragan catches the right timing, and Gaimin Gladiators, they are on a roll here, CMD, to be honest. They're doing everything right. You know, even when it starts to get a little uncomfortable, they're still able to pull through. It is all equal. But Guns, that's where it doesn't get equal. Guns are not able to buy here. It is going to be a half buy. Easy. I don't think there's going to be an answer for the plays from Gaimin Gladiators on the ceiling there, but it does seem like there is a slight connection issue on the side of Guns. Hopefully can be resolved quickly here so we get back into the fray, because I'm very curious what's going to take away this map here, CMD.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of action to be had, even though we're approaching those final few rounds or so. I mean, both teams look like they've had their opportunities. The Guns, for most of the game, have been the ones in the driver's seat. I mean, you've got to set your mind back now. There was a point where we were having a 6-1 scoreline for Guns. And since then, we haven't seen all too much. Gaimin Gladiators, like you said, they've been on a roll. They've bought things back. Since moving on to this T side, they've looked very sharp. They've looked very good. I won 5, I want to say, out the last 6 rounds. And yeah, they're not really putting many feet wrong. All back underway though, and once again, Guns, another bit of a shaky bite. USP for Easy obviously wanted to be out on the AWP. Tenir not invested in much. 3 players with armor, but no weaponry really that reliant, that consistent. So in theory, it should be a bit of a simple one for Gaimin Gladiators.
Well, it should be indeed, but sometimes things do not go your way as you expect them to. Of course, best chances are on the side of Gaimin Gladiators. We've seen Guns surprise time and time again. So it's not like they can just rush into a site and hope for the best. You need to take things methodically. Queenix with the first kill onto Selter. Although, Guns, they start pushing down into mid. Missed shot by Salazar, and he's trying to run away for his life. Kragan eliminated by Finnegan. Nodius all the way in top mid. He's going to surprise, and he's going to be taken down by Easy. But now Easy is getting backstabbed by Queenix. Good trades in the end. They do find a couple of kills, but the economy is just too strong on the side of Gaimin Gladiators, so I don't think it matters that much for Guns. Double digits as Gaimin Gladiators get themselves in the lead and are looking to extend that, of course. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time. It is actually the first time they get themselves into the lead on this map.
Yeah, I mean, quite a statement. After how this has gone, after we knew this was going to be up in the air, we knew it was going to be quite competitive, but yeah, haven't seen how this one's gone so far. It's still very impressive for Gaimin Gladiators to be able to bring this back.
Ooh. Finnegan finds the opening kill. That's bombed down in top mid. Can be retrieved easily, but look at Kragan. Although Cielo strikes back and Nodius is eliminated, all of a sudden it's Patty all alone. In the meantime, Selter, he's going towards C-spawn. Don't want to be found just yet. He could backstab Patty. A lot of important duels happening. Where's that middle part of the map? Patty now in a 1-on-3. There's a single player covering the A site, basically. It's near all alone. But timing is everything. Oh, Patty! Not able to take down Selter. Hesitation was deadly for him as Guns finally put up another round on the board to tie up this game once again. Double digits for both of those teams.
Yeah, a lot more to be said here. I feel like this one, it feels like there's the elements of overtime. Map number 1 in this series really could provide. Boosting that. Salazar there, seeing if he can spot anything, but not really having too much of a fight. Easy towards long, so not really going to challenge toward mid or too much. Easy now, starting to progress towards short. Can get posted up on the angle before any tees are actually here.
I want them to be smoke, but doesn't really seem like they want to go towards B yet. I'm gonna try short, and there's a couple of players right next to them. Easy, good shot on Kragan, and he's gonna find a second. Finnegan with one of the Queenix. They play off of each other wonderfully. Although Easy overextends and Salazar takes the shot, gets the kill. It's still a 4-on-2 favoring the side of Guns, but they need to be careful. They don't want to peek in towards mid because he could be taken out, and then they award a chance to Gaimin Gladiators. Wentz are back into this one. Although Salazar in short, I don't know how he's not spotting Finnegan just yet. Salazar lands the shot. There's a trade out in here. Nodius is eliminated by Cielo. So Guns, they fall behind for a second, but they answer back. They start finding the right calls and the right defenses to stop the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Now it's an eco for the Danish side, and Guns should be able to secure map point fairly easily. But that doesn't mean that the map is over, not by a long shot, because we've seen what Gaimin Gladiators can do. I don't think there's going to be enough money for an op, though, out of Gaimin Gladiators. And for Guns, they're actually playing with a double op setup against Glocks.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a risk. I mean, we saw Guns only post 1 round out of 7 on their CT side, but finally it seems like they found the solution. Won a couple of rounds in a row. Celta only able to find one. The bomb will go down. Look at Finnegan's help as well. Queenix such a risky position with just a Glock in their armor. Okay, nobody else is in the back lines. They're surely going to be aware Salazar is the only man towards their site. Salazar not spotting out to near. Kraken probably would be happy to save this AWP if he's able to. Breaks past the first angle because obviously Salazar's not. Ooh, okay, well the nade absolutely destroys him there. Salazar technically can actually get this AWP now. Thanks to the bomb plant, he will have an AWP. And that's actually a pretty successful round from Gaimin Gladiators. Because now everyone's got full util, everyone's got these AKs, everyone's got everything they could possibly desire, but still, Guns are one round away from taking their map pick and bringing us over to map number 2.
Well, I don't think they're gonna waste too much time, but it's not only up to them as Easy misses the initial shot. Could have been an opening kill there. He was blinded up though, so can't really fault him for that. As Nodius is looking for the kill through the smoke. Easy gets the flash over. Salazar got himself into pit, so it might not be best idea to peek towards pit. And I think Easy realizes it. He's actually gonna fall off the angle. In the meantime, Silter has full control over B tunnels. Even though Kraken is fairly close, I don't think they know about each other's positions. Another flash comes through. Salazar not really affected by it. He's still waiting for someone to overextend, or at least to get themselves back into the site. But Guns, I'm sure they know that something's up, considering Gaimin Gladiators have yet to make a move through long, but they are getting close.
Still is raining down, but this has to be it. Missed shot from Easy. Gives another chance, but Patty with a really laboured spray. 1 bullet in the mag. Does find the kill though. 3 on 3. Celta versus Kraken's going to be a huge fight, and it does go the way of the Dane. Backs away towards long. Look how much time he's wasting from Finnegan. Tanir keeps this round possible, keeps it plausible, and time is ticking. This bomb has to go down, and Tanir extended out. There's got to be a cross to the bomb site. Tanir finds it, so does Finnegan, and Guns do win the round. 13-10, a close game. But it doesn't matter how close it is at the end of the day, because Guns do win their map pick.
I think Gaimin Gladiators just wasted.
There's still that chance for Gaimin Gladiators to push us to the brink. All depends on how they.
Yeah, it really all does depend. And I mean, interestingly enough, you mentioned wanting them to start on their CT side. Their T side's actually significantly better than their CT. What we have seen from them as of late, they're actually off the back of some pretty solid form. A couple of wins on the bounce for Guns. They don't play a ton of the map, but what we have seen recently, at least, it is looking a bit better from them. What we've seen recently, Tanir though completely caught out, and this is a good-looking pistol. And Odios with a double.
Very good start as they overpower Finnegan as well. Cielo and Easy, not really a lot they can do here. We were talking about in the first best of 3 about the B side of Dust 2 being very complicated to retake. Well, it is Inferno right now, and this A side is going to be very complicated. B as well. It's just this whole map is, interestingly enough, not really all that T-sided. It is a little bit T-sided, but it's just on the fact that as long as you get onto the side with at least a player advantage or even equal numbers, it's still going to be just so complicated for CTs to come back for the retake, because you expose yourself to a lot of angles when you check a single one, and that's the main reason why we are used to seeing a lot of saves here. Now, out of Cielo and Easy, you could say, what are they saving here? Because they only have the armors and the USBs. Well, the armors at this point, because if they want to force up, they can just buy head armor right now and get themselves, you know, some pistols or something of the sort. It is a tech pause called in very early on. Hopefully nothing too serious. But I do expect, of course, Guns just to save up here. I don't think there's any
they could-
reason to go for the Force. It's just Gaming Gladiators don't have a lot of rounds, so it could make sense, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is technically they could just buy no head armor and get a couple of FAMASs out, and then we could have a real conversation about, okay, this buy's not too bad. Just from the get-go, it always is a bit difficult just saying, okay, we'll buy the FAMASs, we'll have no util, these sort of things. But if guns are going to be going for an investment like this, I wouldn't mind something like that. I think it'd be a decent enough buy to challenge Gaming Gladiators, but they are going to need to come out the gate swinging, because you don't really want to give 3 rounds up to Gaming Gladiators early doors on a map pick where they can start to have the momentum back in their favor. We already know that they are going to be definitely a threat on this map, and it's just what is going to be the smart call here, because you question, what's the point of even just going to save the armor if you're not really going to buy anything behind it, when at least you may as well have tried to get a few exit frags to give yourself maybe a bit more cash in the next round, because chances are you're just going to die with the armor and USP. And that's the thing I'm thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking about the FAMASs as well. Just getting the maths right in my head. Maybe full armor and MP9s, but
Yeah.
usually, you know, it's unusual to see a Force buy in the second round from the CT side. But in this situation, I think they can go for it, because Gaming Gladiators, it was just the first round, right? If it's like an 8-4 or 7-5 and you lose the piston round there, you might not force up, considering, you know, they can get quite ahead because of your Force. But in this one, they could try to go for it. Although at this point, they're not going for anything, because they do have a couple of players disconnected. Some ping issues right now, hopefully resolved in a timely manner. But yeah, guns will have to suffer here for at least one more round, and then they can start striking back. What I've also spotted is that those two teams both played against eyeballers last time they actually played this map on HLTV. Guns managing to win 13-11, Gaming Gladiators managing to win in overtime 16-14, and about 2 days difference between those two games. But then again, I just think it's by having a lot more games played in the past 3 months for Gaming Gladiators, it's a lot more experience in the past 3 months, and it is understandable why they would peak into this map. Not their best win rate, but their most played map. 19 maps played in the past 3 months. Actually having 3 games since they were ecstatic. I think those were actually played during the major against Imperial Furia and G2. They'd lose all 3, but still, it's a whole different environment there. Playing in a LAN in front of, well, more or less the whole world. And here you're playing in the CCT Cup. It's
a bit less pressure.
Yeah, a bit less pressure, right? You might be feeling a little more comfortable here.
I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? Majors are unlike anything else. It is going to be the things that every single play and peak, you're going to question, is this something I should do? Whereas in an environment like this, where you just aren't going to have nearly as much pressure, we can see players feel a lot more confident in exactly what it is they are going to do. And I think that those sort of things always do favor a team like GUN5, who are going to be a lot more, I want to take the same duel here, I want to take this fight. Whereas Gaming Gladiators, who already play a lot more by the numbers, in theory, you probably won't see too much different in actual play style. So there is obviously the slight, I don't want to say onliners, but you know the element in terms of taking more risky fights that probably at these more pressured tournaments or situations you probably wouldn't see. But it'll be interesting, because I say that we did see obviously the grand final from Guns not too long ago against Furia here in Series 4, and that one felt like it should be very pressured. You're big underdogs against a team like Furia, and still they came out the gates looking very strong against that roster.
Yeah, I completely get that. I do have a counterpoint there, which has been my main counterpoint for anyone talking about Furia. And since they changed around their system, where K-Serato is not just not mindlessly, but pushing aggressively every single time and getting the openers, when they start slowing down, well, the team started to slow down as well, which I think was not the best change for them. But then again, Guns don't really care about that. They'll be happy that they are able to you know, win that one and have another try here. Although they do have to get through Gaimin Gladiators and the following teams, of course. If they manage to win here, they will play against 3D Max. If they win there in the semifinals, they might need either Big or Permita. So, as you mentioned, might be the kind of a little bit easier part of the bracket. But there are a lot of big names that they need to take down here. And, of course, Gaimin Gladiators is the first one. They already did in the first map. They need to do so either here or on Nuke. And, well, so far here, not a lot happening. It is a round reset, of course, as multiple players have disconnected. So they have their whole loadout back and money and all that. And we should be getting back into the game soon enough, I would assume, as the round reset. So that means that everyone's ready. Hopefully. Maybe. Please.
You'd imagine so. People are starting to move. I'm starting to see some typing in chat. Maybe people saying they're ready. And yeah, with the timer ticking down, that is going to mean we're good to go. Queenix yawning, tired. Hopefully, not going to show that on the server though. But no investment. Nothing coming out from guns at all. They are just going to be saving, keeping this armor in play. I mean, there is a pistol in play on one of the armored players, but I really would have liked to see a couple of exits come through or something then. Just for Easy, who's going to want this AWP, getting a couple of kills can be huge for that. What a nade that one is. Flash comes over as well. No bullets coming out. Kraken's able to get 2 kills and just back away.
I don't know if I like that 5-7 buy. Sure, he gets a kill into Kraken, so he gets some of the money back, but it's kind of that situation where everyone fully goes with the USPs and you buy a P250. Like, what kind of a difference is it going to make in the end, right? In most cases, sure, I will not say that it doesn't make a difference at any point in any kind of situation. It can do. But in all fairness, it doesn't really make a big difference, and you're more or less wasting $300. And the fact that he's able to get a kill does attenuate a little bit that kind of situation where he could be missing some money. And, well, he gets himself the MP9 to have some more util. Here, though. Oh, flash comes through. Let's take a little damage, but gets the information molly drop in a timely manner, so Gaimin Gladiators cannot push through just yet, although he should be able to get themselves towards short. Selter is waiting for that exact possibility as Yellow is down in Banana with that MP9, trying to play as close as possible to that smoke. And Gaimin Gladiators, seems like they haven't decided just yet where they want to push in round number 3.
Yeah, no early kill coming through. Could have been a really great find onto Tania, but he is able just to get out of dodge. Flashbang is great towards Banana. Will force out the smoke grenade. Zielo's gonna be tested here just with the MP9. No reservations about this push through that smoke. Just dropping the nade and the whole team trusting that call and pushing on through. Find the opening kill, and Bob, I think this could be the save pretty soon if nothing gets found. Okay, Finnegan finding that one could change things up, but Nodios and Salazar have a brilliant setup towards Banana.
I was thinking they want to go for the boost here. Good shot out of Selter. There's straight out Nier, and there we go. It's a one-on-one. Nier against Kraken. He knows where the last player is. Gonna tap the bomb. Kraken coming in through CT. That's so smart. He can just shoulder peek. Doesn't see the bomb just yet, and he gets taken down. But the question is,
yeah, I mean, look at Kraken's face. He feels like he's lost it.
I think he actually did.
Barely. That's crazy. Wow, that's a really devastating round for the Gladiators to lose, because that one was in the bag. Kraken realized as soon as he gets taken down what he's done.
I think because we saw him shoulder peek a couple of times, I think he was, you know, counting the second in his head, and as soon as he peeks, it was the wrong time to peek. If he peeked earlier, he would have seen that Nier is not on the defuse, and he can just safely tuck away towards ruins. But in the end, It is near to get the first round on the board for Guns. Retake successful, and they'll be happy with it. Swinging into mid, easy. Finding the first kill on the Salazar, but there's Nodius with a couple. Finnegan strikes back as well, and Patty not able to take control over the situation as Selter backstabs Patty through Boiler. And it's a 3-on-2. Selter not spotting the player getting himself into under Kraken. Does he expect Yellow to be this close? So he doesn't seem to as Yellow swings out. Because Kraken's attention was diverted towards mid. So Guns are able to tie up the game fairly easily, to be honest, especially in this 4th round. And it's back to pistols for Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, I absolutely love that from Finnegan there. Doesn't even allow Gaimin Gladiators to have a chance to clear his teammate. Instead, takes the fight towards mid, alleviates all that pressure. Just allows the swing to come through and will clean up the round with 3 players surviving.
Oh, Finnegan. Actually, good timing to go back, but he loses a teammate, starts spraying blindly into the smoke, and Patty gets the kill. But look at Easy with the MP9, a triple kill. Gets the USP out to finish things off. And it is a quad for Easy. A lot of money in the bank for him. He can comfortably buy up an op. And it looked a little scary for Guns there as they lost both of the players on the B defense, but Easy was so fast through mid. Swinging through the smoke, he assumed a big risk there. If anyone was looking behind, he would have been an easy target. But great risk, great reward, as they say, as Guns take control of Inferno.
Yeah, back in the driver's seat. I mean, you mentioned Guns on their T side is going to be very interesting to see how they are going to be managing the rotations of Gaimin Gladiators, and I think that's going to be a really interesting point. But they can have a good start on their CT side. It's going to be fascinating, even more so towards this second half. But early kills in this game do favor the CTs, with CeeLo finding that double towards Banana. Easy to hold this, yeah. And you're not going to get an easier kill.
Yeah, just walks straight into his crosshair. Down to Salazar and Queenix. Although, still 3 players onto the A site. Gaimin Gladiators might be under the impression that there's 2 players covering towards B, but there's no reason because they have the Opper there. It's Yellow. Good timing on the flash out of his teammate, and he gets a kill into Queenix. It's all down to Salazar, half HP from that nade. Oh, and Cielo gets himself into the corner. Salazar, no way he expects this. Even swings back through the smoke. This is so daring from Cielo, but it works out perfectly as Guns. He clean up house constantly in those rounds, and Gaimin Gladiators. It's back to pistols once again. It seems like Guns are able to adjust very quickly to what Gaimin Gladiators are presenting to them.
Yeah, Zielo's had a really big couple of rounds, really, in the last few. An excellent one there from him individually. 4 kills in total, 2 towards Banana, 2 towards Along. And once again, partial investment out from the T's. I want to see a bit more speed here. The round when they went towards speed, that certainly could have spiraled out of control if it wasn't for Easy. And being on the orb, that fast flank isn't really going to come through unless it's from Tenair. Oh, and look at this. They're gambling 4 towards A.
Ooh.
He'll just send the rotate off. Swapped in here for Finnegan.
Oh, the boost might actually be perfect. So there's going to be a smoke coming in. And it's not the smoke that actually covers boost, so Finnegan gonna have an easy time here. Starts shooting, gets himself a double kill before going down. Cielo rotated all the way around, and there's no smoke for Ruins, but they will be able to get the bomb planted at least. Yellow getting closer. Oh, gets both of them, even though it looked very shaky. And it's down to Nodius. 1-on-4. He's already being flanked by Selter. I mean, there's not a lot of hope, I think, in this one, unless he can take down Selter, get that weapon for himself, but he's not looking in his direction. And Guns only lose a single player. 5th round for Guns. Gaimin Gladiators. Technical pause, maybe?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, only losing one player is not too bad. But there's still this miscommunication. That flashbang that blinded Xilo there was a team flash. As soon as he went to try to swing on the bomb plant, flash from CT came over from one of his teammates, fully blinded him, and stopping him from really going for that. So a little bit of miscommunication, but a round still on the board. That's the most important thing at the end of the day. Didn't cost him his life, maybe cost a bomb plant. Always going to be difficult to take down that bomb plant anyway.
I do think Guns are doing a very good job at taking control over Banana, and we can see that once again. Cielo, he's been playing up close with MP9s, with M4s, with AKs, doesn't matter. He is still able to just completely shut down anyone trying to aggress towards Banana. Well, it is a very crucial part of the map, right? You have to fight for it, at least to, you know, not allow Guns to only keep a single player towards B. Because that's one of the main points why you take control over Banana. Ooh, Queenix though. Taking down near, that could open up a way into the A site. Easy, alongside his teammate, fully flashed. Quite a push here. Seltzer can't see anything, and Easy is eliminated. There we go. Gaimin Gladiators. This execution onto the A site was, I want to say, flawless. The flashes were perfect. No one saw anything. Very nicely done.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing. Flashbangs did their job. Excellent stuff. See the rotation into the bomb site from Easy, but by the time he can really gain vision back, the T's are so close, he's got to start combat open, and that's always difficult. You feel like even if he finds one, he's going to go down after that. And we'd probably see a very similar outcome where Gun's just going to be looking for the save at that point. But as soon as things look like they go wrong towards B, Gaimin Gladiators instantly set their sights towards the A site and burst on out.
Terrorists win.
Finally another round on the board though. The Danes are going to try to continue this and make this one continue to be competitive like map number 1 was. His Guns, that was 5 in a row from them.
To be honest, usually what I am used to seeing here on Inferno is that teams that are very good at taking control over Banana are also usually very good at, on the CT side. Of course, they're also very good at taking control over Banana on the T side as well. So we might see a very interesting duel down there as we get to the other half. But we still have some rounds to go through until then. And for now, Guns are still in the lead. As this time, better utility usage out of Gaimin Gladiators, forcing 2 players in B back. Timing almost favored Near there, but Nodius turns around in time and opens up the round in favor of Gaimin Gladiators. Easy, making sure that mid is smoked up and that they cannot push they cannot just start walking through the smoke without any util. Although Guns, they might just gamble onto the A site here, which is not necessarily a bad call, but it might not get them the round. It's up to Gaimin Gladiators to see where they want to push, and the bomb is actually slowly coming towards A. Oh my god, fading gun. Good timing to find Nodius. Easy turns around at the wrong time, and he's going to be taken down by Salazar, and it all goes downhill for Guns here. They had 4 players, but it didn't matter.
Yeah, that's crazy. The call was brilliant there from Finnegan. To make the decision, let's gamble towards A. And yeah, it felt like maybe if they didn't take the fight and just sort of let Gaimin Gladiators actually go for the execute, try to take bracket space, we could have seen these multiple crossfires come through. I mean, look, you wouldn't see Patty getting 2 like that if they did maybe play a little bit more cautiously, or maybe look to swung mid more as a collective rather than just sort of one by one there a little bit. That felt like an excellent call. It wasn't the right execution of it.
I think once again, it is a case of Gaimin Gladiators slowly adapting, taking a little bit longer to adapt to what guns are doing. This one is just going to be a half buy out of guns. They do have an M4 on the yellow in the B side. The flashes start coming in. Good smoke throw by Finnegan. Maybe another smoke thrown out by Cielo. No double kill for him though. Finnegan struggling to take down Nodius. It will not be him, it will be Tnier to find that kill. It's still a 3-on-3, and they find Salazar. This kill onto easy. Any take away Salazar from the angle doesn't matter. Selter still finds the kill. It's up to Tnier as well from Ruins to find Patty, and he does. So now Queenix all alone on top of the boxes next to Dark. He's been dinged and eliminated by Selter. What a retake here out of Guns. And maybe Gaimin Gladiators, maybe they haven't read the situation right, because Guns are still able to get away with this round with a couple of M4s and pistols.
I mean, that looked impossible as soon as we see Zelo only being able to get one. And then I think it was Finnegan who was also towards that bomb site, finding nothing with the 5.7. It looked like that's it done then. Going 1 for 2, that's a pretty solid trade for the Danes. Taking down an M4 as well. Then, oh no, it was actually, it must have been today. And then, no, it was actually easy. I'm getting all the players wrong. But then obviously Finnegan towards CT, finding that kill, finding that trade with the Deagle. And somehow, all of a sudden, Selter and Tene, the Deagle and M4 coming in clutch, making brilliant work happen. And managing to somehow win the impossible round. Just the sort of weak buy. You mentioned the 2 M4s, and we see it a lot of time. A couple of Hero M4s, a couple of Gamble rifles. A lot of the time they just don't really do what you want them to do, but that brilliant stuff there.
Well then, Guns, they will be looking for 8 rounds here on the CT side if possible, but Gaimin Gladiators, of course, they will have something to say about it. As Finnegan is looking for the initial duel, and he might have it soon enough. Good flash. No damage dealt so far from the M4. Although mid is also point of question for Gaimin Gladiators, as they had 2 players in Boiler. They get one of them outside looking towards short. The Gaimin Gladiators, they are taking their time here. 45 seconds left on the clock for them to get their play done. As Selter could have a pretty good crossfire alongside Easy. Near making sure no one's coming over towards CT. Selter eliminated after he finds the first kill. Easy. He's waiting for the aggression through short because Near has his apartments. And Easy repositions, lands the kill. They swap the positions that they're watching, and they're doing so wonderfully.
What?
Salazar, how was that a no-scope?
No-scope?
I saw the scope there. I'm pretty sure I saw the scope.
I think he unscoped to back away and then just shot and the peek came through.
Well, it's an impressive shot, but guess what? Near was spraying through the door. Oh, Salazar lands another no-scope. He will survive because of it. The fact that he actually survives and, you know, he's not just having 4.1k, which would have meant no op, or potentially a dropped op for a teammate, because he died after the time ends. It's even better. They will have a very good buy here. But they could have all the buys in the world. It's still Guns in the lead, and they could get potentially 8 rounds here on the board.
Yeah, 7-4, that 8-4 could be a possibility for Guns. Only 1 round away from doing so, and you've got to remember, Gaimin Gladiators won 2 of their rounds from that pistol. Only been able to win 2 full buys since. This is their map pick.
Yeah, usually the team that wins the pistol round do tend to get themselves a lot more rounds than 4.
Yeah, you would hope so at least, especially on your map pick. And not to be though, Kraken has been dunked down on pretty early doors here. Zelo's been a menace towards Banana. Nada the smoke though will get found from Salazar. And that's the opening kill actually going the way of Guns. Sorry, Gaimin Gladiators.
Oh, Molly comes through, but there's the player boosted up. Although the play, Gaimin Gladiators do seem interested in the B side. Easy takes down Nodius. Quinix, he gets the information that there's a lot of players here into short. Salazar eliminates Finnegan with the dualies. And in this round, Guns, they have to go for this retake. It is the last round of the first half. And being in a 3-on-4, rather a 3-on-3 as Quinix is covering T spawn for some reason. There's no safe here. All the players have been spotted. I think he starts to understand that he's on the wrong side of the map. Good flash, but Salazar was not blinded up. And he misses the flick. Is there a chance where they get this? Near. Gonna kill into Salazar. There's another player hiding in dark, and they're gonna try to overwhelm him. They will be able to do so, but Queenix finds the kill into Easy, and Kraken, even though he's low HP, swings out, gets the headshot. It will be 5 rounds on the board for Gaimin Gladiators. Will that be enough is the biggest question, because Guns, they just now swap to the T side. And again, we saw Guns on the T side of Dust too. As long as they get a couple of kills very early in the round, it's straight away going to be a save from Gaimin Gladiators. They're not too fond of retaking with player disadvantage, especially when they don't have the means of buying up into the next round. So Guns could play towards that.
And this is now the scariest part for Gaimin Gladiators. Only been able to find 5 on their T side. This is now Guns' stronger side, their T side, by a significant percent. Over 20% round win percentage. They have more on their T than they do on their CT. Like I mentioned, they don't play a ton of that. They've only played it 5 times in the last 3 months. But even though that is the case, that's still a significant stat to talk about. This round is going to be hugely important, though. Quietly played. Guns taking their time. It is going to be the majority of their roster leaning towards A. That is where only 2 defenders reside. It's a big stack towards B, and you can see the CTs are starting to advance just as we see Tanir back away. How long are we going to see them wait for, though? Look how quick this flank's going to be.
Yeah, they get a lot of information that is straight away going to be an A hit. Queenix dinked. There's also Salazar in pit. Flash doesn't affect Selter, and A site has been opened up, but there's the flank coming in through short. Now, the problem is there's 4 players in pit from Guns, and it is very hard to clear pit when there's a single player or a couple of them. But as there's 4, there's more or less no way into the site here. Near finding Nodius, and it will be actually Near with a quad kill in the pistol round. Guns, what a way to start things off the second half here.
Yeah, what a chaotic pistol that was as well. They very much take their time. Gaimin Gladiators, they had to read. The issue is they had to shift. They had to be quiet about it. Otherwise, we could have just seen the T's instantly swap over and start challenging towards mid. But by the time Gaimin Gladiators are there, we see Guns take down the plays in pit. But because the CTs are so fast up, they accidentally force all the T's to be stuck in pit. And like you said, it's so difficult to clear. You're so exposed by clearing that position. And just with the sheer amount of numbers that there are in that area, it's going to be so difficult to actually find. It's a hefty app stack here from the CT side. Tanir spotted these players out. Only able to find 1 for now. Will eventually go down to Queenix. But other than that, it should be a reasonably clean round. Final player being Patty towards B. Solid game from him. Sort of gone under the radar a little bit in terms of the value of some of his kills.
Well, not a lot that you can do here.
Very passive from Guns. I mean, I like what we're seeing. Not wanting to give anything up, playing very slowly.
Very disciplined. Again, for some of the newer teams, or not as it's not really a good call newer, because the players have been around for quite some time already. I think, as I said, Easy would be the newest player in the scene, but at the same time, he was a player on one of the academy teams that always talk about how disciplined they are and how well they're trained, so it's no wonder. they don't want to give anything away to an USP. 9-5, and it's the first buy out of Gaimin Gladiators. This one goes south. We could see guns on 11.
First buy out here on the second half from the CT side. M4s and FAMASs. Util, not a huge amount of it, but they do have a solid amount. And wow, Zelo absolutely decimated by So is easy and will eventually be finished off by the nade. So the lack of util, the util that was missing, doesn't really seem to matter, as they've absolutely used it to the perfect degree. Still, guns setting their sights towards A. 3 players here. Salazar towards long, just jiggling, playing it safe. Celta's got to hit a quick shot. Won't be quick enough. Makes his way into Archers, and now we've got a few question marks. Patty spots the player towards Arch. Will get taken down. 4-on-4 once again. Oh, and they're progressing towards B. Kragan, solo defender with the FAMAS. Only had 4 kills this game. Had a bit of a tough time. Will they expect him here? Oh, it doesn't matter. They're just smoking him off, not giving him an opportunity at all. Smoking off Banana as well. They've got to be aware that he's going to be here. They've mollied off Nubox. They've mollied off Dark. Can only be here as Celta. Brilliant 2 entries from him to open this one up. 3 CT so deep towards Banana here now.
He was a little mad as well, Kragan. I would be as well.
Oh, I didn't see it. I missed it there.
He's smacked the table.
I mean, you understand though, don't you? Knowing
for
exactly
sure.
where the T's are coming from. But just knowing that they've got your number. They've used their util perfectly to isolate every other angle and know exactly where you're going to be. It's really awkward there. Maybe needed to try to swing it himself and find a fight, but even then, that's a very risky decision. But Guns, that's going to be them finding double digits here. 3 rounds away from not only taking their opponent's map pick, but taking the series.
Yeah, this is looking very, very strong here for Guns, and Gaimin Gladiators, they seem to be stuck here, as thankfully for them, they're still able to buy up here. Couple of drops there. Patty onto an MP9, so they could still keep this one competitive, but if Guns continue to surprise them, I'm not seeing a very good situation for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. Of course, one of the invited teams into the playoffs, but sometimes the teams that are doing really well in the group stage, they're able to eliminate those that were invited into the playoffs as well. Oh, Cielo and Finnegan, look at that. A 3rd player close by. It is Nodius to try and stop the push, and Finnegan, he will be stopped for a second longer as the molly comes through. Smoke for CT. The bomb is still towards T spawn, because they want to try and aggress towards A as well. Put some pressure onto both of those sides, and Queen X will trade onto Tenier. Celta, I don't think it's going to be too smart to take a duel there as well. They will double up, though, onto Queen X. That's nicely done. And they know Salazar's around somewhere. But where is he? That is the biggest question. How can they find him? Well, Finnegan cannot, but Celta can. And I think this round is over as well.
Yeah, it looked a little bit dodgy there, actually. Spacey was a little off. Salazar had the slight chance to be able to find both, and Easy was quite separated from the other 2 players on his team. But overall, the trading was good enough for Guns. And they do manage to find 11. It's going to be another save, like you mentioned. Priming themselves, putting themselves so close now to take Inferno. And this is something we haven't really seen from Guns in a while. We haven't actually seen that much from them on this map, and I feel like what we have been seeing in this game specifically, because like I said, we've only seen them, I believe, play it once this month, so it feels like we're seeing a very different look from Guns, and I'm loving what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, it's very decisive as well. It's they're not afraid of anything, and well, I wouldn't be either, considering it's, well, 11-5, and They are very close to ending this best of 3 in their favor. Gaimin Gladiators, something needs to change right now. Something needs to be done here. If it's not working out, well, it could be just the end of the best of 3, the end of the run into the playoffs, the CCT EU5. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot more EU series to go through, but you still have to play through group stage. Or I guess Gaimin Gladiators didn't have to play through the group stage and all that, but still, it's not a nice sight, at least for your team, right? If you're invited into playoffs and then a team that made it through the group stage takes you down. Cielo, look at that. The aggression works out wonders, and the trades are good. Actually, out of Nodius finding a double kill. They're gonna have to overpower him and do it so quickly. The molly burns him to a crisp, and now it's a 2-on-2. For this retake, they will actually commit to it. Molly comes through to deny the bomb plant, and Kragan takes down easy. It is all down to Finnegan trying to end this 1-on-2. B side, he knows that is clear, so he's just gonna make a run for it.
You can have Kragan to face early. Kragan only 25 points of health, though. This could be an easy find for Finnegan. He is aware, spots the player. Yeah, he's not falling for the bluff. Too smart, too experienced. And now he's actually going to be looking for his teammate in the meantime. The flashbang so good. Oh, it doesn't matter. Patty goes down. Finnegan, surely not. Oh, it's disaster after disaster. Guns steal away the round, and Finnegan with the 1 versus 2. The flashbang was excellent, Pop. And somehow still it manages to go the way of Finnegan. Denied. I'm amazed. Tactical timeout. Maybe just to even take a breath, because that's gone so wrong for the Gaimin Gladiators. Insane. Really insane. But this is potentially it. Potentially the final round here of Inferno. I mean, we did see a comeback of the exact same scoreline just in the last series. But for some reason, I'm not believing it's going to happen here. Guns are playing excellently, and to give credit where credit is due, I always did feel like Guns were slightly inconsistent, but in the last month and a half, they've looked very excellent. And they are always the team where, if I was going to bet on someone who's going to cause an upset, it's always going to be these guys, because they are special. They really do provide something magical against these teams where it always feels like they're the slight underdogs in it. But one round is all potentially it takes for Kragan, trying to right the wrongs that he made in the last by taking down Finnegan.
Well, can they use that opening kill? Secure their spot into the next round as well, at least. They have a pretty good setup towards the A site, and they're actually rotating a 4th player over. Nodius gonna try to help out his teammate up on the short balcony. It is QueenX there, who's gonna have the first duel. It's very hard to take control over the A site here right now for Guns, as Patty starts to get aggressive. There we go, the kill onto Easy. Near might have had a very good game, but manages to take down Patty. We'll give him that. Although, when there's 4 players on the A site in a good setup, it is so hard to push through. 40 seconds on the clock, and I wouldn't really be against the save here as well, considering the economy that Guns are having. Finnegan could drop over at least 1 weapon, if not 2. And they could have another buy. So they could give this one away to Gaimin Gladiators, or try as well. Yeah, that's also an option. They could still try to get around in the back, although it's going to be very complicated, as QueenX has a very good angle towards apartments, and the player in pit is going to be the one that's the most deadly, as Salazar gets the kill on the Cielo, and QueenX eliminates Near for a round for Gaimin Gladiators. That is their 6th round. They need that many again to tie up this game.
See, I didn't actually mind the attempt to go for that one there. solely for the reason that even if they lose it but do damage, that's going to be huge, considering every player on Gaimin Gladiators had obviously nothing in the bank, nothing else to play with. So they could have taken down maybe 1-2 more players. We could have seen more and more limitations out in terms of investments, and then Guns probably would have happily went for a investment themselves. Here, though, I'm not so sure we're going to see it. I think have Finnegan, Hero AK, the rest of the team, just take an eco, take a hit, see if you can do any more damage, but just save for the next.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. As long as they had at least, you know, because they were on $1,400 loss bonus, so as long as they have enough with the 1,900 to buy up, I don't see a reason to force up here. Sure, they're 6 rounds ahead. No one's saying otherwise, but you still have to, you know, exercise caution, even though you are 6 rounds ahead. Because as you mentioned, we just saw a comeback from 12 to 5, although it did end fairly for the team that had 12. It could have not. So I don't want to play games against a team like Gaimin Gladiators. Sure, you are leading them. You are 1 round away from closing out this game. But if you give them the chance, they will take it. They will take away the map that you thought was secured. Now, they do have 3 Deagles alongside that AK, so those Deagles can surely land a pretty good hit, a pretty important hit as well. As Gaimin Gladiators are taking things a little bit more safely towards mid. Cielo, very close to long. Nodius takes him down. Easy first kill. Ooh, near important kill on Salazar. Quinix trades, but Finnegan, he's going to be looking for a chance to aggress as well with that AK. And they find him in time before he deals too much damage. Queenix and Nodius, they find the kills. Finnegan still alive. Kragan to help out with a final kill into Finnegan because Nodius ran out of bullets and it turned ugly. Gaimin Gladiators, a 7th.
Yeah, 5 rounds still required. So still quite a long road back. And that's going to be no easy task. But we're finally seeing the buys look significantly better now. Salazar back on the AWP. Util, perfect. Kits on most of the players. That's the scary thing about Guns. They're always a team that can just hit you with a fast pop somewhere. And next thing you know, you're down 2 players and the bomb site's being taken over.
As the weapons come out, Guns trying to take control over Banana. It's Yellow. He's in a very good position here. But
wow.
Dragon! Ooh, that was lucky. Jumping headshot onto Cielo.
Yeah, he goes down there 100%. The jump, there's no chance he makes it out, but players are being found all over the map from Gaimin Gladiators. They're doing a really good job in these last few rounds. We're not seeing that same prowess from Guns that we were seeing in the last. Some teams certainly do struggle to close out games. For Guns' sake, hopefully this isn't going to be one of them.
Well, it is certainly looking, well, not bad yet. But it is slowly starting to... Guns are slowly starting to lose their grip on this game.
You've got to think maybe we're only going to see a couple more full investments. Unless we see a lot of damage dealt, bomb plants, things like that come through. But a round like this is still always going to be scary. If you're one of the CTs. A lot of Tech 9s that could be in your face. Flashbangs. They've got smoke grenades. This kind of screams a fast B. Smoke those mollies. Get right up into the eyes of the CTs. But with the split between second mid and mid, maybe we're going to see something else.
Yeah, I was wondering if Guns, by this time, started to understand how the B side is held and what utility is being used in Banana, so that they can use that to their advantage and try and surprise before or after or during the nades are thrown. Although For now, it does seem pretty simple from the side of Gaimin Gladiators, but pushing through a smoke might not be the brightest thing to do. He did wait for the smoke to fade. Dragons. He just mows them down, gets himself a double kill. Patty did fall through the molly. They push. Oh, and he runs out of bullets. Now it is a 3-on-2, favoring the side of Gaimin Gladiators, but Nier, he wants to get the bomb planted as soon as possible so that they still stand a chance here in this 2-on-3. M4, AK, still available. Easy. Can he find the kill? One of the player coming in through Banana. No, Queenix will deny it. And that should secure the round unless the Nier pulls off an insane clutch. No armor, 43 HP. This one should be fairly easy for Gaimin Gladiators to close out. They have defuse kits on all the players so they can waste around some more time. Oh, Nier not able to take down even Salazar with that 5-7. So, in all fairness, for a half-buy round is not bad. They will be able to buy up here, and with how the rounds are looking right now, they should be able to buy up at 11 if Gaimin Gladiators win this one. But if they get to 11 or even to 10, I think it starts to get very scary for Guns. I think a lot of pressure will be mounting up on their shoulders.
Oh, 100%. They've got the rifles back out. They've got full util. Something they actually haven't had for a little while. We've seen a few scrappy buys. Players maybe investing a little too much. Maybe Guns going for a buy that they don't really have the full finances to do so. But they've got everything they could possibly ask for here now. And it is going to be a decent bit of speed towards Banana. Finnegan does get found. Trade doesn't come through. And just like this, two-man advantage for the CT side. Things are unraveling here for Guns. And I don't know what it is they've got to change here. If they go towards Banana, but this isn't the same Gaimin Gladiators that they were taking the Banana from earlier. This is a very different one. We're seeing a lot better utility from the CTs. A lot of players jiggling. Salazar will get baited out, forced to throw the molly, and we'll retreat slightly deeper towards B. And we actually have a couple of rotations coming through.
They still want to play towards B. Salazar still waiting. Kragan, as soon as Salazar fires off a shot, the molly comes through. Oh, I think the jump was hurt as well. Flash doesn't affect Salazar necessarily. There we go. A second kill out of the Opper. It's down to the Nier and Easy. 2-on-5. This is, well, not impossible, but chances are not that high. Molly to come through. Versus Kragan off of the angle. And with 20 seconds left, well, they realize it. It's better just to fall back. Save the weapons. Even though you don't get the lost bonus, Gaimin Gladiators will get up to double digits. And yeah, now it's a lot of pressure onto Guns. There's a lot of pressure and also a lot of mistakes that could happen. I think that's one of the main things that happens when, you know, the pressure mounts up.
We're now in a very strange spot for Guns. Now we've got this save in play. Because if they just lose this round like normal, we're not going to have a full-on investment in the final round. It is going to be a couple of players limited. There is going to need to be a bomb plant in this round for Guns to actually sort of right those wrongs and fix those solutions. They have to get on a bomb site. They have to make it competitive. They can still win this round. They've got a couple of AKs. Got some pistols that certainly can be upgraded with a couple of kills coming through, but they don't have a ton of util. Feel like they need to once again set their sights towards A, because B has really been difficult for them to take in these last few rounds. But we've seen 5 in a row now for Gaimin Gladiators. A game that did look all said and done. I said I didn't believe we were going to see a similar 12-5 comeback today, but here we are, and it's looking like it could happen.
Oh, Salazar. That is exactly what they needed. That collage just inspires fear in the hearts of Guns as they back away bombless and, well, not really finding any kill so far. What is
this?
Does he want
This
to
is
save?
really tricky. I mean, I don't know what it is that they're going to do now, because without that bomb plant, I don't really know why the apps hit wasn't at the same time as the one towards short. Take some pressure away from your short players, because there was quite a bit of delay in between the actual hits. Celta does get found. Finnegan, I imagine he's going to face the same fate, well, especially now, 24 points of health. Has been spotted, will be found by Salazar, and look at the buy, Easy and Tanit. They've got enough to buy an AK and armor, but nothing else behind it. 6 rounds in a row we've seen from the Danes. A third map could still be on the cards.
Well, now is where the pressure is at its peak for both Guns and Gaimin Gladiators. Because Gaimin Gladiators failed to win this round. It was all for nothing. It's Guns finishing off with a 2-0 and eliminating you from the competition. Guns failed to win this one. You get into overtime, but you still have a chance. So at this point, I think the pressure is actually bigger on Gaimin Gladiators. But we'll see what happens. It's round 24, last round of regulation between those two teams. Gaimin Gladiators fighting for tournament life, as Guns still need one more round to close out this best of 3. Nade's ringing through Banana, and they're getting some damage done very early on. Molly comes through, Nade as well, and that is Finnegan taking a lot of damage from that. But apart from some damage from utility, no other damage found.
We finally do see Guns take Banana cleanly. It's taken a while, but they have got this space. Smoke out towards long. They might just go into an A-pop after this. They've taken brackets, but Salazar finds the first. Nodios has been tagged down and will eventually be found through the smoke. A bit of a gift go in the way of Guns. And they look to pounce on B. Kragan here alone. Smoke, the only thing separating the vision. Zelo trying to catch a bit of a glimpse over it. Kragan spots the first, but will lose out. Look how much space this is going to create now. Oh, this is so risky again. But it's a good call. It's worked out. They forced these rotations. The issue is this could actually spell a bit of disaster. Easy. If he goes down, it's a 3-on-3. The bomb will be planted. All 3 players are here. The CT still haven't clocked it just yet. I think they're wondering, where are these guys? Easy has to sort of at least get one to feel like he makes it worth it, but he doesn't. Look at the deep position here of Tanir, though. This is such a crazy round, and it's in the very last one. He's let these players walk past. Finnegan and Tanir have the round, have the game in the palms of their hands. First kill goes their way. Second kill does as well. All on Queenix in the 1 versus 3. Finnegan not going to be expected. And Pop, they do it. They take all 24 rounds to find that final one. But what a strange call. What a wild ride for Guns to find round number 13.
Wow, what a call. Just insane to rotate back to the A site. Even though, you know, they had Near very close to the A site, and he was kind of towards long, but they didn't necessarily have information.